Well, hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Live at the Waterhole. It is wonderful to be back with you, and what a start here at Rosie's Pan, where we have some elephants that are here to cool down, have a drink, as well as our now seemingly resident hippo that's been hanging out here for a while. Hello once again, my name is Amy and I'm here with you for the show today. Looking forward to seeing what we see at the waterholes. You never know what may pop out for us. Could be something quite special, could be a surprise, who knows. Yesterday we had a beautiful rock monitor lizard giving us some wonderful views here in the low veld, so you never know what it may be. Well, it is a live and interactive show, so please do chat to me. You can send through any comments and questions that you may have through a whole lot of different ways, whichever is most convenient to you. You can choose whether it's through our WhatsApp line or on X using the hashtag WildEarth. Otherwise, on our other social medias, you can join the chat stream on YouTube. Otherwise, you can also chat to us through the WildEarth website or the app. Now it looks like some of them have done quite a bit more splashing than others. I'm not sure if that is something we'll see. The others maybe decide to get a little bit more splashy as the time goes, but it is going to be so hot today, everyone, here in the low veld. We're reaching about 35 or so degrees, and it means that I think many animals will be coming to the water, including potential pool parties all around. Luckily, it's just for today. Then the rest of the week hovers around that 30-degree mark, a little bit lower than that. So it's a lot more pleasant. But we also might see a lot of animals finding some shade and resting too. And yes, big ears on the elephants. One of their signature trademarks is definitely the size of their ears, making them very good for hearing, but also more importantly on a day like today to be able to cool down. You can see some impalas there actually going to the overflow of this waterhole to have a drink. Ansi, hello, you're joining us from Hartenbos and you are saying how lovely it is to see the elephants here at Rosie's. It is wonderful, isn't it? A great start for us. It looks like some of them are starting to move a little bit more now too. Keith, you want to know if hippos attack crocodiles at all? So for the most part, I would say no. They try and sort of live out without too much conflict. However, I would say that hippos have been known to attack crocodiles, especially if they're feeling threatened, specifically threats for their young ones. I mean, a baby hippo is something that can easily, oh my word, just look at this elephant having a bum scratch, my goodness. A baby hippo is something that can easily be taken by a crocodile size-wise. So it's really up to mom and potentially even a territorial bull to push off any predators, and that definitely includes crocodiles. Well, a wonderful start here with these ellies. Let's head over to Tembe, where we're going to see some warthogs in the rain. Well, a very pretty and relaxing scene here. Penelope, you're joining us from the KwaZulu-Natal North Coast, which is a lot closer to this area than other parts of the country, and you say that it is quite wet there too. So I can imagine if it's raining here, you must have also had some rain where you are, and it looks like there's an elephant's reflection there in the water. That's pretty cool.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
My full name is Mpomu Tusitikani. Best part of my job is coming to see nature. Worst part of my job is logging. That's the worst thing ever, because you have to log amount of footage. You sit in front of that computer and yeah, you think of deleting the footage, but no, they need the footage. If I want a camel, probably a soccer player. I know some people don't believe me, but I'm very good, and I'm very fast.
Real? You say the best kind of roadblock? Absolutely. Look at this.
Hello, girls.
Every month, something wild lands in your inbox. From rare sightings and behind-the-scenes secrets to expert stories, seasonal changes, and exclusive travel opportunities, The Wild Earth Journal is your free monthly mailer, packed with the magic of the wild straight from the field. It's fun, it's free, it's full of surprises. Sign up now on the Wild Earth website.
Well, it looks like everyone's happy again in their spots. We had one of the elephants here actually chase off some of those warthogs that were in its path. But the warthogs just came back and carried on doing their thing. And these boys are enjoying some of these muddy hollows. I'm sure have filled up a little bit more with the rain today as well. Spas, such an interesting question. I don't think I have ever taken note of a warthog eating aquatic plants. I'm sure that they can and do, especially in the dry season if necessary. I'm not sure if the warthog on the left there is actually eating some of those aquatic plants now, but I don't think it's necessarily their primary diet, and I think it makes up a very small percentage of what they normally eat. Even for things like hippos, I believe it's less than 1%. Just look at this boy. So great. Living his best life out here in the mud. So I think warthogs would be somewhat similar to that, really only going to those lengths or that area if really necessary, driven through survival. Most of the time they are sort of grazing like this or digging up bulbs and roots. Just look how it uses its trunk there to scoop over the mud, and also the tusks to dig into the banks to loosen that dirt. They are definitely enjoying themselves. We are going to head up to Oldonyo now to see what's happening in Kenya. Well, this is always lovely to see who is coming here for a drink. We've got some beautiful eland right up front, as well as a lovely big ellie in the back, some impressive tusks there, and a few oryx in the background. I think they are thinking, gathering numbers, some courage before they come forward and have a drink. I'm sure they'll be there soon. Oh, we're going to pop over to Tembo Plains for a little bit of birding. Oh wow, this is gorgeous. Here we have, looks like some carmine bee eaters. Yes, that's beautiful. They all roost or nest in the banks of rivers or waterholes just like this, and they are so stunning. Their colors are amazing, and they're not here all year round. They migrate, so they are back now, and it's beautiful to see. As they fly, you can see some of that lovely turquoise color. Such lovely birds. What a treat to have them on the show for you all. Definitely a new one for some of you to add to your birding lists. Ellie, they are amazing birds, aren't they? They really are so special and so pretty. I'm hoping that maybe some of them come a little bit closer so we can get a better view for you all. But they are possible to pop out at any, well, not any, but many of the locations. We see carmine bee eaters, southern carmine bee eaters in the Lowveld as well. Also nesting along riverbanks and things like that. So they do come to this area too. Well, there we go. That's a little bit closer. Beautiful bird. That pink is also so iconic of this particular species. As well, you don't really see it with any other. There's the northern and the southern carmine, so they do have very similar colorations, just a bit of differences with the coloration on the face, which you can identify one or the other. But it is so beautiful to see. It's almost like a peachy, pinky color depending on the individual. And they've got this beautiful blue on top of their heads as well as on their backs when they open their wings. All right, lovely birds to add to our show today. Let's head over to Safari Hook.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
My name is Takudzwa Panda Msesani. My scariest moment is when it happened twice. The other time I was with Cedric and the other time I was with Steve. And all those times, it was a black mamba. My favorite meal in camp is gonna be burger and chips.
The bush, full of beauty, wonder, and absolute chaos. And now, all that madness has its own show. It's called a Wild Bush Week. The countdown of the most outrageous, heart-stopping, and sometimes downright ridiculous wildlife moments of the week. Lions throwing their weight around. Hyenas gate-crashing the buffet. Leopards doing, well, leopardy things. Each week, it's a fresh reel of safari gold, a mix of drama,
She's just got an impala, everybody.
danger, and a healthy dose of laughter. So, if you fancy a highlight show with bite, and I don't mean just the animals, tune in to a Wild Bush Week. You bring the tea, and we'll bring the tusks, tails, and teeth.
Well, interesting to see what's happening here today. We'll keep an eye on it and see if anything else pops out. But while we do, let's head up to Old Daniel. We have a zebra and a giraffe now here as well. Well, at least that we can see. I'm sure they've been around in the background. Shelley, so your question regarding burnt elephant skin, would it ever heal? Now, in the Etosha area, Namibia, where we just were, there have been some raging wildfires. I believe they are under control now, although about 1/3 of the entire park has been burnt, and that could potentially endanger some of the animals' livelihoods due to resources, and especially endangered animals like the black rhino, for example. So I think the reserve is deciding what they're going to do and how they're going to manage it. But these animals are definitely used to fire. They've been out here, and so it's not something new for them. But there are cases that elephants and animals, I think there was a case in this particular instance where animals do get burnt. I remember seeing footage and images of a rhino once, I think it was in the Kruger, that was burnt, and it's very sad to see. I mean, no one likes to see an injured animal, but these animals are so resilient. So yes, Shelley, I do think the skin will heal. Now, to what extent it heals and what it looks like depends on the severity of the burn. So just like we get different levels of burns from 1st to 3rd degrees, I would assume that principle can be applied to animals as well. Now, things like elephants do have a very tough hide and quite a thick skin as well. And of course, the deeper the burn, the more severe the scarring and the effect that it would have on the elephant. Small burn or a patch, if it's gone through the dermal layer, most likely it will heal, but probably might leave a patch, very clear, possibly even pink coloration, where the melanin has been basically taken away from that spot, so you can see where the burn scar is. However, if, let's say, the entire elephant is burnt on the outside and it loses all its melanin and basically is left with a very sensitive skin now that can't recover to what it needs to survive, then that animal will most likely not be able to survive. So the skin will probably heal to the best of its ability, but it does of course mean that it's very vulnerable to things like infection. And if you think of why an elephant's skin is the way it is out here in the wild, it's very important that it has all those attributes that it naturally has, whether that's the wrinkles, the dark coloration as well as the texture to it, that it's quite tough and leathery. So if you take all of that away, the elephant might have a covering, but it's not well suited to its environment, which could lead it to not be able to thermoregulate properly. It may leave it to be infected, as well as then predation. it's nice to see the eland here. I wonder if there's an eland bull there. We don't see them every time eland come, but they are so impressive size-wise. It would be wonderful if there was one for us to have a look at. You can see that the one that is there on the right is a little bit darker grey in color in comparison to the female on the left, is more browny. And then also it seemed like it had that furry forehead that the male eland get when they're mature. Few oxpeckers around, the little birds that are sitting on the backs of the eland there. Seems like all of a sudden it's getting very busy here. Yeah, I definitely think that is an eland bull there. Oh yeah, look at that. You can just see the thickness of the horns, the different coloration of the body, and very clearly standing out from the others. Such a huge thick neck as well. Also stands a lot taller.
This is an unbelievable afternoon.
I'm not sure. There's some ellies that we're approaching now.
The light on her as well is absolutely gorgeous.
So we are going to enjoy the rest of this sunset.
Wow, 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 this is absolutely crazy.
And thank you for joining us. For myself and Cam, we will see you next time.
Let's head over and see what birds are at Lentor. Oh, beautiful. So much to see here. Some firefinches. I'm not sure what the other species is there. It looks like maybe a bunting without the streaky head. Something to do with its chest. I have to just confirm. But very, very pretty little finches. Every now and again we're spoilt with some lovely wildlife viewing here at Lentor, whether it's a zebra or some olive baboons. I'll have to see if they pop out. But we've come over here to Cat-Eye Pan, where there is a grey heron. It looks like on the hunt, perhaps. This is where we had the rock monitor lizard yesterday. I don't know if we're going to get lucky to see it again. That was a very special sighting. Seems to be another bird there just to the right. That is is it a spurfowl or a franklin? Oh no, that is a lapwing, it looks like. You can just see the white on top of the head there. Does look like its beak is open. I can't tell if it's just to cool down or if it actually has something inside of it. I know, clearly just opening the beak. Like I say, it's very warm today. Well, while this heron does its preening or hanging out here, let's head over to Safari Hook. Wow, well, what a scene this is. We have some gemsbok here having a drink, some elephants in the background, very dramatic, beautiful colors.
This unfolds in front of you.
My name is Takudzwa Panda Msesani. I really want to film an artwork, and it has been my goal. I'll be just keeping my eyes open. The worst driver is James. He's driving, yeah. You gotta be holding on back in there, yeah? Like in bumps, and I mean, it happens when, these things happens when you're actually going for animals usually. But then, yeah, he's driving, yeah, you gotta put your seatbelt.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, she's gonna catch it.
Come on, Tommy. Watch this, we're about to see a kill.
You can see how close he is from where I am.
Can you hear that? The wild is calling.
Wow, well, we speak about a pig in mud, and you can see how these warthogs are just enjoying the mud here at Victoria Falls. My goodness me. Dr. Stripes, thank you so much for your lovely message. Yes, the birds are back, white storks included, and we are seeing so much bird life. Sort of not necessarily all of them are returning just yet, but I've seen, I was running on Saturday and I saw 2 grey-headed bushshrikes were courting each other, which was lovely to see. We've seen a lot of rollers displaying, so all these birds that nest and breed in the summertime are starting to do their thing, so the bush is well and truly alive. Clearly also the animals here at Vic Falls feeling the heat today. And now it's time for a snooze, clearly. They have the perfect spot though, I think. There was a small wading bird there that was moving around. I'm very interested to try and ID it because it looks a little bit different. Not necessarily the standard blacksmith lapwing or something like that. I'm not sure if we're going to get another view of it. Be a juvenile blacksmith lapwing. It looks like these two are cuddling up here in the mud. It's quite cute. So we're just trying to get a close-up of this bird because it looks like it has the characteristics of a spur-winged lapwing, which is not necessarily something that's very common at all, but it could also just be a young blacksmith. And now that the blacksmith is there, size-wise, I'm thinking that is what it could potentially be. I think that egret just caught something. Looks like it. Alright, we're going to head over to Rosie's pan. Well, I did think that we were going to be in for some pool parties today in the Lowveld, and it looks like these Ellies are starting one right here at Rosie's pan. love when they come right up to the camera like this, potentially to walk past. Oh, a bird of prey at Unguma. Let's head over there. Ooh. This is interesting. There's a few things that I'm noticing straight away. Number one is that those feathers don't go all the way down to the bottom of the leg. Second of all is how those feathers around the head are a particular shape, and that tells me that this is a juvenile bateleur. And you can also see that along the face, between the eye and the tip of the beak, there's a very large patch of bare skin. And that also is a signature feature of a bateleur. But immediately when we saw it, even though I couldn't see the front of the head, those feathers on a bateleur, whether they're a juvenile or an adult, have a particular way that they look, especially when the wind blows them from the back. They're quite round and chunky. I don't know how else to describe it. And it gives you that very particular look of a bateleur when it's got its feathers in the wind. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
Even a hyena coming into the action as well now. Oh my word! She's stalking the hyena now. Leopard, hyena, lion, all together in one shot. Oh! Whoa! This is action-packed.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Most people that know me really well call me Max. I'm a mum. I have two boys. One is 16 years old and one is 14 years old. I'm a very, very proud mama of my two boys. I've just always been passionate about leopards. I'm passionate about their conservation. I'm just passionate about everything to do with leopards. I love them.
Join our expert guides at dawn for a live, immersive safari as the bush comes to life.
Found ourselves a chameleon, and look how he's changed color.
Every sunrise brings new discoveries.
Pound for pound, a leopard is one of the strongest cats around.
Ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with nature, live and in real time.
Great excitement, great happiness.
Start your day with adventure.
Out here, every wild moment counts, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you will not miss out. Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7, and you can even rewind if you have missed out on something. Enjoy the behind-the-scenes video clips as well as fireside chat, or get the early offers on our travel experiences. It's the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Well, we've come back up here to Old Doniel where there's quite a scene at hand. Such a beautiful species here. Mr. Ellie, that is so great. You saw an osprey today at the beach. It flew overhead with a little bird in its talons and was being chased by seagulls and terns. That sounds about right. I've also seen them on the coast here in the Eastern Cape of South Africa, 2 together, which was a wonderful sighting. Lovely zebra bum shot there with them all lined together. This elephant's looking very relaxed actually, hasn't done too much splashing around, focusing on drinking for now. Those tusks are in need of a little bit of a wash off, I would say. seems like the zebras have moved on, and now we've just got the oryx looking at us.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
The bush, full of beauty, wonder, and absolute chaos. And now, all that madness has its own show. It's called a Wild Bush Week. The countdown of the most outrageous, heart-stopping, and sometimes downright ridiculous wildlife moments of the week. Lions throwing their weight around. Hyenas gate-crashing the buffet. Leopards doing, well, leopardy things. Each week, it's a fresh reel of safari gold, a mix of drama,
She's just got an impala, everybody.
danger, and a healthy dose of laughter. So, if you fancy a highlight show with bite, and I don't mean just the animals, tune in to a Wild Bush Week. You bring the tea, and we'll bring the tusks, tails, and teeth.
But bigger ones can, and we've seen evidence of that happening. Sarah, it's definitely possible that an elephant will hurt a zebra. We've seen one hurt a giraffe here before, and that giraffe actually died from its injuries. And so if, you know, that elephant reacted instinctually, probably not aiming to fatally wound an animal, but is reacting to a presence within its personal space, or perhaps there was a trigger that you know, the other animals wouldn't even know about, that set it off, and it will then defend itself, or feel like it needs to attack whatever is around it. For there's many different reasons or reasoning that the animal might have that we might not understand, but those general instinctual triggers can occur. And so yes, Sarah, it is possible that an elephant will injure a zebra or one of these oryx or any animal that's close by to it when it's upset. But most of the time, they're just going to chase them away if they feel like they want to do that. Quite a nice example here of a male oryx that's come to drink closer to us, and you can see how much shorter his horns are, but a lot thicker compared to the females around him. Wildlife Lady, I agree. The water here has definitely gone down quite a bit since yesterday, and I think it is because many animals have come to drink. We'll probably see its level even go down further by tomorrow, and then it will slowly fill up again. Oh, let's head over to Jack's camp for some more birding. Oh, very cool, everyone. Wow, here's a secretary bird coming for a drink. I mean, what a day it's been for us, from southern carmine bee eaters to juvenile battaliers, now a secretary bird. We had the Cory busted yesterday in, was it Safari Hook? What a beautiful and powerful animal this is. Quite large as well in size, and such beautiful feathers. Actually, the feathers at the back of the head giving its name, secretary, resembling that of a quill or something like that, that are used by secretaries. Debit is an incredible bird, and yes, to see it drinking is also very, very special. We also actually see secretary birds. There was a question earlier about whether birds are seen alone, or if there's species that are seen alone, and actually there are many. So there are some that are gregarious, that are community nesters, and so we see them always together, whereas things like secretary birds can be seen completely on their own, but they also do pair. Many birds are also seen in pairs, not only during their breeding season, but actually have that sort of life throughout the year together, but generally are seen together when they are nesting or breeding. So even birds like a lilac-breasted roller, we often see it completely on its own, except now at this time of the year we see them pairing off quite a lot, starting to display for one another and finding their pair for the season. So actually there are plenty of birds that we see very often completely on their own.
Oh, wow.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Best part of the job, gosh, I just love everything about guiding. I love being able to observe animal behavior and animals behaving naturally. So for me, that's by far the best part of the job. And so what we do here at Wild Earth is develop those connections with the people that are viewing and maybe just light a little spark that says, you know what, I want to be involved in protecting this ecosystem.
And that's it for this morning's drive.
She's just got her impala, everybody.
And we're going to be heading out and seeing what animals we can find.
We are here with a male leopard.
Birds, and I believe that they will only seek out another partner if their partner does die or something happens to it, and then they will look for another one, but otherwise they are with the other individual for life once they've found each other. But they will do their courtship display every season to initiate the breeding and the copulating that's necessary to fertilize the eggs. John, you want to know if they are raptors. So yes, according to definition, secretary birds do qualify as raptors. And basically a raptor is any bird that has a hooked beak, strong feet with sharp talons, good eyesight, and a carnivorous diet. And a secretary bird definitely qualifies and falls into all of those categories. Deb, speaking of their courtship display, I have not seen it done. I've seen them nesting. I have seen them sort of on top of the nest together and moving around, but I actually haven't seen the display itself. So hopefully soon I'll be treated to that. Wow, I can hear some beautiful fish eagles in the background there too. Just an endless stream of these zebras moving around here. It's quite incredible. Oh, lovely. Let's head over to Simavati with some swimming elephants. Well, we knew it was going to be hot in the Lowveld. It's reaching that 30-degree plus weather now, and I'm not surprised to see these elephants coming to swim here. It is officially a pool party.
Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
Would you like to know what an elephant's favorite food is? You could ask me questions like that in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive from the heart of Africa.
The hippopotamus over here.
Watch Safari Live and connect with nature.
Every week, the wilderness delivers.
And that's why we're here.
Drama, chaos, crimes, humour. All moments you'll never forget. We've counted them down, argued about them, and finally picked the very best. From rare sightings to classic bush showdowns, this is nature's weekly highlight reel. Sharp facts, bad jokes, and the wildest top 5 you'll see this side of the savannah. It's not just a show, it's a wild bush week.
Out here, every moment counts. As a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing. Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7 and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and early access to travel offers. It's the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Well, this is always such a cute scene here. Nice to see the zebras, but also the little Egyptian geese. My word, with mom and dad there. Seems to be 4 little ones. Wildlife Lady, thank you so much. It has been a wonderful show today. It's gone by quickly as it always does, but really today, with all the different things we saw, it was great to be able to see so much, including all the birds, which always makes me very, very happy. I'm hoping that all 4 of these little ones are successfully reared by mom and dad here. We'll have to keep a check on them. And they are so adorable, aren't they, when they're so small? Well, we've come over to Ordonio for the last little bit of the show where, there we go, so much to see as always. A giraffe now coming for a drink. That elephant's decided to cool off as well. You can see he's done a little bit of splashing, some darker spots on him. Penelope, it's a pleasure. I'm so glad that you've enjoyed the show with us today. And this is really a great representation of everything that we've seen here, with so much that's just been hanging out at the water today. It seems like it's been a warm one all over. Ellie, it is my absolute pleasure to be here with you for Live at the Waterhole, and I know the whole Wild Earth team, including Tadiwa and Nadine, who is also part of it, and everyone from tech to the Zoomies, and just making the show possible for you all. We appreciate your kind words, and I really love the show, and everything that we get to talk about here is wonderful. We have a little bit more time since I don't have to be driving a vehicle and trying to spot animals at the same time, so we can focus on what we're talking about a little bit more and go into more depth as well, which is wonderful. So it's always a pleasure to be here with you. Now I will be back tomorrow, which is great, and we are looking forward to already. Oh, there's an elephant definitely arriving. You can see the movement of the other animals straight away. Well, everyone, today has been wonderful. Thank you for all of your comments and questions that you sent to us. And it was great chatting to you. As I mentioned earlier, we had some wonderful topics of conversation and interesting things that we got to see as well today. Remember that we will be back tomorrow for another Live at the Waterhole show, where we spend 2 hours enjoying the sights and sounds across Africa. And I do hope that you will join us for that. We are not live this afternoon, but we'll be back tomorrow with sunrise and sunset safaris for all of our explorers and YouTube members. Just a reminder about that. But otherwise, everyone, keep safe, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.